The finale opens with Mickey thinking he's been kidnapped, and in a way he has, just not by criminals. Agent Don Ruth makes it clear that the FBI doesn't care about Mickey's murder trial. To them, his case is collateral damage in a much larger federal operation. They admit they could have avoided all of this if Mickey hadn't pushed for a speedy trial, because eventually the charges would have quietly fallen apart. That reveal reframes the entire season. Mickey wasn't unlucky, he was in the way. Ruth finally lays out the larger scheme, Bleeding the Beast, a nationwide biofuel subsidy scam where criminal networks reuse the same grease, relabel shipments, and bill the government over and over. BioGreen is just one spoke in that wheel. Sam Scales wasn't a random victim. He was planted as an inside man, someone disposable, someone the FBI could turn. When Sam died, the Bureau erased his connection to BioGreen to protect the investigation, even if it meant letting Mickey take the fall. The biggest shift in the episode comes when Janine and Maggie uncover the real reason Sam was killed. Alex Gazarian didn't murder Sam because he was an informant. He killed him because Sam was stealing from him. Sam had set up a shell company and was skimming money from the same subsidy scam he was supposed to be helping run. He was scamming the scammers, and when Gazarian noticed the numbers didn't add up, Sam became a liability. That detail changes everything. It explains why the Gazarian family cleaned house after Alex's death, and why Mickey suddenly becomes a loose end. If Sam could steal, so could anyone, and Mickey now knows too much. Janine finally admits what her role really was. BioGreen was in her name to keep Alex's fingerprints off it. She explains how Alex first trusted Sam through a smaller art gallery scam, then handed him BioGreen once he proved himself useful. But Janine also confirms something devastating for Mickey's defense. She will never testify willingly. She's terrified, on the run, and knows exactly what happens to people who talk. The FBI won't protect Mickey, the DA won't fight the Bureau. If Mickey waits, he loses. So he does the only thing he can. Lorna's call to Agent Ruth is the turning point. She doesn't beg, she threatens. If the FBI won't cooperate, Mickey will put Janine on the stand anyway and blow the entire investigation wide open in public court. Suddenly, the thing the FBI feared most isn't exposure, it's losing control. In Chambers, the power dynamics flip. Federal leadership steps in, Janine is rushed into protective custody, and then the DA makes her offer, dismiss the case with prejudice permanently as long as Mickey stays quiet and cooperates. Mickey refuses. A quiet dismissal would leave doubt hanging over his name forever. He demands a public exoneration, delivered by Dana Berg herself, and an official investigation into Officer Roy Collins, who helped frame him. For once, the system gives in. The charges are dropped, the judge apologizes, Mickey walks out of court legally vindicated but emotionally shaken. This wasn't a win so much as survival. Outside, Ruth learns that Janine is already secured because Mickey's team stayed ahead of her. It's a reminder that trust between Mickey and the FBI is permanently broken. The episode slows down intentionally after the chaos. Mickey reunites with Maggie and Haley at dinner, and the relief is real. Maggie later admits she still misses LA and Mickey, even though her life is in San Diego now. Nothing is resolved between them, but nothing is gone either. Back at work, business explodes. Mickey's name is cleared, clients flood in. He even considers selling his house, signaling that this ordeal has changed how he wants to live. Lorna celebrates her billboard. The team feels whole again. For a brief moment, it almost feels like the old days. That calm shatters in the grocery store parking lot. Mickey notices a woman watching him, someone familiar but distant. They circle each other, never speaking. When she finally approaches him outside, she tackles him to the ground as gunfire erupts. Agent Ruth arrests Gazarian's remaining man, confirming Mickey was still a target. And then comes the last reveal. The woman introduces herself. She is Mickey's sister. The season 4 finale isn't about justice winning, it's about exposure forcing power to retreat. Mickey doesn't defeat the system, he corners it. He survives by refusing to accept half measures, refusing to disappear quietly, and refusing to let his name be erased for someone else's convenience. But the final moments make one thing clear: Mickey Haller's story isn't closing. It's expanding into family, into deeper danger, and into a world where being right is never enough to keep you safe.